नमस्कार। कैजुअल चैट के आज के एपिसोड में हमारे साथ है वसंत विहार थाने के फेमस डॉक्टर फैमिली फिजिशियन श्रीजय कुमार सर। वेलकम सर टू कैजुअल चैट्स।
Thank you.
Sir, to the audience of our Progressive Thane YouTube channel, we are promoting this expert suggestions and expert values through this our casual chat session. So we would like to have a very casual chat with you in this particular session.
Thank you for inviting me. I will try my level best to give my experience in this.
Thank you, sir. So my first question is, nowadays we see that most of the parents decide whether their children should be engineers or doctors, and they make their children go according to that process. So in your case, who decided that you should be a doctor?
Mine is a little tricky thing. I am from a big family of 8 children. I am the 5th son. My first 4 brothers were engineers.
Okay.
So I thought there should be a change in change in the profession. So they asked me whether I am interested in medicine. I said it's okay. So I joined medicine. So it was neither a choice nor ambition. It was just a decision to change the line of degree. And my next brother became a chartered accountant.
Okay. So engineers, doctors, and all.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but when you completed your this medicine thing, where did you start your first practice?
That is also a funny story in the sense I applied for a job and I got a job in Western Coalfields from Bangalore. After graduation, I directly landed in the most remotest area of Chandrapur.
Okay.
Where it is a Naxalite infested area. It's called Sakti Colliery, which was almost like an island for 6 months. The Baimenda River.
You have to cross it.
You have to cross it during the rainy season. You have to cross via Dongra. That's the boat.
Right.
And I was a only doctor, and for a population of about 8,000 people, and including a village. It was a real great experience. I worked there for 2.5 years. And then I went all over India and then came to Bombay in 1981.
Okay.
1981, I was working for central government. As a deputy director medical in industrial medicine.
Okay.
Doing research and studies in various industries. Then I didn't like that job because it wasn't much of a job. So I joined a multinational. I shifted to Thane. Fortunately, I landed up in Vasant Vihar when it was blooming in the year 1990. I set up my practice here also from 1990 onwards.
Okay, so it's a long time.
That time, it was a virgin area, in the sense the whole population was virgin, the construction was going on, the construction workers were there, and maximum malaria used to be there.
Okay.
And I used to treat lots of malaria patients.
Okay. So, what difference do you find in those times and in today's times? Like since area is also developed, but do you see any kind of psychological change in people's mindset related to the health and fitness things?
The difference I see is when it started, people were united, people knew each other very well, and everyone, we had a lot of functions also going on, we were very friendly. But as the size increased, it became now it's almost like a small town.
Right.
Vasant Vihar. It's become big. No one knows another even the name. Same. It's become like any other metro.
Right.
Like
Metro.
where each and everyone is on his own self. He takes care of himself, not bothered about others.
Okay.
But some organizations like PTRA and all, they unite each other. They create programs. They make people come together. They work for the people, for the betterment.
How long you have been attached to PTRA? And
Since its inception, I know.
So you might have seen a lot of development in this particular organization as well, alongside this area.
Yeah, they are striving, putting their best foot forward to cater to the people of Thane, especially Vasantha, I know very well. They coordinate with mainly governmental authorities and they help people, especially senior citizens in trouble or anything. They go forward and put and they get special discount and special access to hospitals and other places.
Okay.
And it's a good thing they are doing. In addition, they are spotting the talent in sports, in all the fields, academic, music, cultural events, everything. They promote everyone, and it's a highly cosmopolitanized organization where talent is recognized and honored.
Okay. Have you ever attended the musical programs and
Yeah.
what is like your taste in particular music about?
No, I have attended and I have also participated.
Okay.
Thanks to the invitation given by the president.
Okay.
So it was lucky. I am not a very good singer at all, but I am just a casual singer. So I had an opportunity that gave me confidence, and I even now I sing.
Okay.
And their programs are very good.
Okay, but usually it is seen that doctors and engineers always do have at least a bit of taste in arts. So, how was your this particular singing thing like?
Singing thing, I was a casual singer in the sense singing while taking bath. Not singer and all.
Okay.
But a time came when this karaoke started. My son gave an you can say again when I was about 65, he gave me a present of a karaoke.
Okay.
So I started singing. I thought I could sing.
Okay.
Then we have another organization where there is singing organization. We will practice daily, very weekly.
Okay.
And when I got opportunity, I went on the stage. I thought I don't have any stage fear also. I could sing.
Right.
So that's how it developed.
Okay.
And my parents, my sisters are all good singers. I have never gone into singing.
Okay. So, but that means there is something which has come.
Yeah, in fact, if you ask me, everything is there. 90%, 95% of what you are due to your creator, that is your parents, who have transmitted their genes, plus, minus, everything. See, both my parents are diabetic. In my family of 8, 7 are diabetic.
Okay.
Irrespective of, we are paid as sportsmen also, I play tennis daily.
Okay.
So, in spite of keeping ourselves fit, the diabetes is there, it comes genetically, not diabetic.
So, along with music, you also have a hobby of painting.
I got to know.
So, how this particular painting, like when it first came to your mind and how it started?
I usually used to be scribbling in my prescription pad when there are no patients also in the beginning.
Okay.
Making cartoons or anything. People used to like it. And I tried painting at the age of 57, 58, right?
Okay.
But it didn't come out well. So my wife told me, why don't you join a class and then learn painting. So fortunately I had my patients itself who were teachers and artists in the same area. Mrs. Mini Subodh.
Okay.
And one Mr. Mahajan, who is a great portrait artist.
Okay.
They became my teachers. From the age of 60, I started learning painting. I got into sort of a passion like the painting, and slowly it was improving. Each and everyone was appreciating. So that my friends, family friends, son, daughter,
Okay.
all the friends said that it's coming out nicely. So for a period of 10 years, I painted a lot.
Okay.
And all my paintings, I sell it only for charity.
Okay.
I never sold my painting. I gift my painting or sell it for charity.
Okay.
And the money goes to one NGO called Akshay Shakti
Okay.
NGO, and who take care of the old age home, free lunch, and education to slum children, everything, empowerment of women, vocational training for women, so many activities. I help them. In addition to this painting also, I help them get money from various resources with my content.
Okay. So, have you ever conducted exhibitions of your painting in these 10 years?
Yes.
Okay.
Conducted exhibition, not solo exhibition, along with the
Along
Akshay
with
Shakti
that.
only. For there, even in the Lokupa and
Okay.
used to spread, had my paintings exhibited.
Okay.
And whatever sale First it was
Charity.
charity, that's all.
Okay.
That's me.
So
I had the opportunity to present my painting to Kumar also,
Okay.
PRA chairman, in one of the program. That was a single stroke painting.
Okay.
And this COVID lockdown gave me a lot of opportunity to do a lot of painting. And I also learned PowerPoint slide with the help of my friend and movie making. So I made a small movie lasting for 2 minutes of my various painting. That's few of my painting, about 20-25 painting.
Okay.
I used that and made a painting. If you want, I send it to you.
Yes.
So
Thank you. Okay. Sir, looking at this current pandemic situation, what would you suggest to the people, specifically senior citizens and those like
No, for
who are
everyone.
working from home?
yeah, for everyone, what I wish to say is don't go too much into the nitty-gritty details of this pandemic, COVID. This is going to stay with us for a longer time.
Okay.
You should only know as public what to do and what not to do
Okay.
to safeguard yourself and to prevent transmission to others.
Okay.
Even doctors, we are learning over the period of time as to what is happening. Even now, we are at puzzle as to why some patients die and why some patients don't die, and what complications they can have, what medicines to be given. It is also keep on changing.
Right.
So all those things, lay persons should not get into it also because of WhatsApp. These messages keep going here and there. They should not get perturbed also. This is going to stay with us. We have to see how to prevent and how to prevent getting it and how to prevent spreading it.
Okay.
The only way they say as good as vaccination is mask. If you wear a mask, more than 96% of the transmission will be reduced.
Okay.
The remaining like foment transmission, that is transmission through touching inanimate objects and all, are very, very negligible.
Okay.
Avoid crowding. Avoid visiting crowding places.
Okay.
And get into good habits which we were doing earlier, like washing your hands right after coming home and wash your hands thoroughly before touching your eyes and nose. Whatever you do, before touching your eyes, nose and mouth, you should wash your hands.
Okay.
That is the way of transmission.
Right.
So even if I touch this, and if I don't touch my nose and mouth, it won't go.
Right.
But if I touch this and if I touch my mouth, it is going to get transmitted. So you are washing your hands with soap and water. There is no need of the sophisticated sanitizer and all. Soap and water, flowing water, soap and flowing water is quite enough.
Okay.
Sanitizer will be required because when you are traveling in small places, you might not get water. So in that situation, sanitizer is okay.
Okay. But they say keeping a sanitizer with you always is a thing. But in some cases, it has been also kind of rumored that the sanitizer creates rashes, kind of thing.
Yes, sanitizer will cause peeling of skin. It is after all alcohol.
Okay.
You put alcohol can cause the adhesion and peeling of the skin and all.
Okay.
So that's the reason I am saying minimize it. Minimize it when water is not available, soap is not available.
Okay.
Not everywhere is a fashion.
Right.
When water and soap is available, not at home. Go inside and at home also you are using sanitizer. That is not sense. You use soap and water is the best.
Okay. And sir, there is another thing like this corona thing is like now having a second wave in Europe and things. And in India also we have found that some patients who have recovered from the COVID have again fallen ill to this particular. So is it really such that the antibodies do fail after some time and the COVID happens to the patient again or in the second?
Yeah, these cases have been reported in India as well as outside world also.
Right.
The immunity produced is not long lasting. With all these RNA virus like COVID virus, the immunity produced is not long lasting. That's why like influenza virus, it's also RNA virus. You have to take injection every year.
Okay.
Because of the mutation. It's not a stable virus.
Okay.
So it can mutate and it can change. That is the reason why we don't know. We are studying, slowly learning things about this COVID virus. What more information in history it is going to unravel, we'll have to wait. But definitely there will be a second wave.
Okay.
It's not immunity is not permanent.
Right. But there is also one thing that mostly it affects, or the fatalities are because of some other diseases that people have, and COVID is just a reason for their succumbing to this particular corona thing. So is it like how
comorbidity increases the risk of fatality. Fatality is not because of comorbidity only. This itself, coronavirus itself, has caused death in so many doctors
Okay.
who are healthy,
Okay.
who know what to take, how to prevent everything. In spite of that, they have died.
Right.
That's why I'm saying it's like a mystery they have been studying by seeing the dead bodies opening, postmortem. They are learning that the lungs become solid.
Okay.
There is a clot occurring. So these details and all we should not go.
Right.
Only thing is to see, yes, the risk is higher in senior. That is one of the reasons why I do only telephone consultation now.
Okay.
I don't go to the clinic because if I go to the clinic, it will get crowded and definitely chances of getting into COVID will be more.
Right.
But this healthy persons also can die because of COVID.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Now, one question about in this particular situation, the COVID thing, where everything was like from work from home, and situation was like most of the senior citizens were staying at home and all. So, in particular in Vasant Vihar area, we have seen like sanitization process was done on regular basis. There were the vendors, vegetable vendors used to come to the doorstep and all. So, how do you think this could be useful in a longer term? Like, not about the vegetable vendors coming, but sanitizing your area or the cleaning up drives that we have been conducting. So, how the municipal corporation or the local bodies, governing bodies how should they take this into the future part of it?
See, any bad thing will give rise to some good thing also.
Right.
So this bad thing of pandemic has given rise to important thing that we should remain clean. We should minimize our personal hygiene should be of the highest standard, and the sanitation should be of the highest standard to prevent diseases.
Okay.
In fact, if you see, all other illnesses have come down.
Right.
Most of the doctors are not having patients now. In the sense, general practitioners. So because of one fever patient they can't see. The remaining patients also, because they are not eating outside.
Right.
They are drinking good, healthy food and wearing a mask, so they are not transmitting any airborne infection.
Right.
So other morbidities are reduced.
Okay.
And people will learn how to maintain themselves healthy, fit, within the constraints.
Okay.
The only problem it can give rise to are for kids and elderly people and the fear. That is why all the materials should not be read. WhatsApp material, no?
Okay.
How die, people die, how much die, all those things.
Right.
That is, you can't know and prevent. When the time comes, you have to go. Either you die because of COVID or by accident or by any other illness.
Correct.
When the time is there, you will have to go.
Right.
But the fear complex itself is making people more worried, anxious, sleeplessness, and sometimes COVID patient committing suicide.
Right.
They don't want to. All those things happen. Yeah.
Now, as you mentioned, these WhatsApp messages and all which are circulating. But during this COVID situation, most of the television and other entertainment facilities were not available. So people were more addicted to this mobile, and there was only thing which is social media, like WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, and other things. How much it has affected the health or physical or mental in a way, psychological way?
People are like, no? People are getting addicted to social media, eye strain. The kids not going out and playing. Kids working on online schooling, online games, everything online only now.
Right.
Even my grandson talks to me from states every day for 2 hours and online, and they have online school. So there is going to be eye strain. There is going to be what will be the future effects of their long-standing seeing the screen, and about the information they get from this. Also, it's important exposure. When the basic life, when we were young, we used to play outside and go home only to eat food. That's what I remember. Or during exam for half an hour reading. Other than that, we were outside.
Right.
Now that outside concept is gone. Everyone is inside, indoor. All those other effects is bound to come. We don't know what will happen.
So, what would you suggest to these people? Like, since still now even kids cannot go out to play in a way. So, for regular mobile users and all, what could be like a relief point, or what could be a way to
They should develop the art of reading books.
Okay.
But books also now they do it only in Kindle or mobile.
Right.
So the screen. I don't know the long time, but postural effect. So many people get into neck problem because they work from home, this computer people. So they don't have a proper workplace at home. They keep the laptop on the
Labs and
and then they do it like this. They will get into neck problem, headache problem, and anxiety, and they have to work for a longer hours because they are working from home. So slowly other effects will come.
right.
So there has to be a balance. This type of staying indoor cannot go on forever. We have to start our activity with the people understanding what they should do. Right? As far as possible, they should avoid crowd. As far as possible, they should maintain social distance. As far as possible, always 100% they should wear a mask when they are going out, and then personal hygiene. Then they will be contributing to the society by preventing the spread of the virus.
Okay. So, but now Progressive Thane has launched its YouTube channel, and it has been also a social media thing. So, what would you suggest Progressive Thane to come up with on their YouTube channel? What would you feel like? What we should cater to the audience in a particular?
With regard to COVID?
With regard to health, with regard to this COVID situation, and
COVID information is there in
already. So
what we want to stress, keep on stressing is this three things: avoid crowded places, wear mask always, and even if a person has got any fever at home, in a dictum, the rule in epidemic is unless and until it is proved otherwise, it is COVID. Any fever, any cold, any cough, any person getting it, unless and until it is proved otherwise, it should be considered as COVID. And so, any person in the house getting a cold cough also, he should wear a mask. Another person approaching also should wear a mask, like he should be isolated. So, if the fever and cough cold doesn't get okay within 3-4 days, then you have to go and check for COVID.
Okay.
Then depending on the result, the treatment. Because the problem of COVID starts after 7 to 10 days, all complications sets in.
Okay.
So you have to be at the 4th day onwards, you should be on alert. What type of symptoms, oxygen level, decide accordingly.
Okay. So you have seen Progressive Thane's entire this particular flow throughout the years. So for the coming future, do you have any suggestion for this PTRA, Progressive Thane Residents Welfare Association?
They are doing a good work. They should increase the membership, more exposure should be there. The YouTube channel, as I mentioned earlier also, YouTube channel will give them a wider exposure, wider reach, and you should attract people to come, and it should be in all fields, not only health. Health is important, but cultural, young people, giving facilities for young people to excel in their field, and even I can say select or fund for talented people in any field and promote them.
Okay.
If there are so many poor people who are good runners, who are good in painting, they don't have opportunities to excel, or they don't have opportunity to grow. So we have to help them, can help them.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for giving your valuable time to
Thank you. Thank you, PTRA and Kumar sir, for giving me an opportunity to talk to you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.